So in this question, we're given this formula that allows us to convert a temperature given in Fahrenheit to the scale called Romer, represented by R. The question is, which of these equations could be used to convert the temperatures from Romer to Fahrenheit? So essentially, rewriting these equations so that we have F in terms of R. So that's all you have to do with these types of problems. So I just have to isolate F. So I'm going to move all the terms to the other side and have F alone. So I'll subtract 15 over 2 from both sides. So this becomes R minus 15 over 2 is 7 over 24 times F minus 32. And I'm going to multiply both sides by 24 over 7 because that will knock out this term. And that becomes 24 over 7 times R minus 15 over 2 is F minus 32. So to isolate F, I just add 32 to both sides. Now at this stage, if you look at the answer choices, they have been simplified further. So I know that I have to collect these like terms. So I'm going to distribute this 24 over 7 over these two terms. So that's 24 over 7R minus 24 over 7 times 15 over 2 plus 32. I'll reduce this. That's 12. And you can either use a calculator at this stage or just do this multiplication. 15 times 12 is 180 plus 32. I'm going to collapse these two terms. And so this is really 32 minus 180 over 7. Common denominator 7. I would have 32 times 7 minus 180. Do this multiplication. And that's 224. That difference, 224 minus 180 is 44 over 7. So this entire term is 44 over 7. And you'll notice that I can actually factor out 4R over 7. Actually, not the R, but just the 4 over 7. So that would give me 6R here, and then that's going to give me 11. And if I look at the answer choices, this is same as B. So these manipulations actually will depend on how they give you the answer choices. So you do have to kind of glance at the answer choices and kind of match them. So that's one approach. The other approach is you can use values. You can plug in numbers. For example, we know that when F is 32, so this would be a good choice, R has to be equal to 15 over 2. So what you're doing is, if you were to replace R with a value of 15 over 2, you should get F equal to 32. So if you were to do these, I'll do for the correct answer. So that's 6 times 15 over 2 plus 11 over 7. That's 15 times 3 is 45 plus 11 is 56. And that's indeed 32. Now, in this particular problem, I've also added this answer choice that also gives you a 32 when you replace R with 15 over 2. And the SAT writers are also going to do the same thing. So you'll notice that this is 45 over 2 plus 19 over 2, which is 64 over 2. And that's indeed 32. So sometimes just plugging in a number may not work, meaning you do have to test all the answer choices. So in the exam, if you're doing this, that particular set of values would tell you that it's between B and D. You'll have to use another value. I mean, for example, you could choose F is 0. So if you plug that in, R would be 7 over 24 minus 32 times minus 32 plus 15 over 2. Let's see how well this simplifies. So this is minus 28 over 3 plus 15 over 2. This stage might be better to use a calculator, but that would be minus 56 plus 45 over 6, and that becomes minus 11 over 6. So now I have to see which one, when I replace R with minus 11 over 6, gives me F0. So if we try that here, 3 times minus 11 over 6 plus 19 over 2, that's minus 11 over 2 plus 19 over 2, that is 8 over 2, that's 4. It should be actually 0, so we know that that's incorrect. If you need to, you can check B as well, although that's not necessary. but we'll do that. 6 times r is minus 11 over 6. So that actually nicely drops out. So that's minus 11 plus 11, that's 0. So we do indeed get 0 for choice B. So just keep in mind that simpler numbers, they might get more than one answer choice. That's correct. So don't jump to the first one that comes out. So if you take this approach, you have to do that. Of course, if you do it the direct way, then it's all just algebra. You don't have to deal with ugly numbers. So to recap, the answer is B.